So, greetings and welcome to today's edition. So, today we are going to be talking about something a bit more different. So, this is something that, from my experiences, right? And I want to share this because I believe many people benefit from this. I believe many people are actually locked up in this cocoon and we want to get out of this. We want to get out of the matrix and think bigger, right? Yeah, so you can see that what we're going to talk about is really other avenues of earning rather than crypto. So, of course, mining is going to be there for a while, but then also the mining has changed over time, right? Gone are the days when you used to mine and then you get free crypto a lot and you're the wise man because you're mining, right? These days there are very many people who are mining. First of all, there are very many coins that are coming up in the market. So in the end, the market is becomes hard to predict, right? Yes, because all the crypto investors are also promising heaven. Of course, they have worked on their on their crypto and their plans on how they intend to grow their crypto, their coins that they want to bring into the market. So in the end, it's going to be hard to predict the market and also to earn from it. Yeah, so we are going to see ways that actually we can earn still rather than uh, rather than through crypto. So there is always power in diversity. Diversity is when you have really multiple avenues that are giving you money. So when this one goes low, the other ones can't also be low, right? So if you have four investments, what are the chances that all the four are not running well, right? Rather than a person who has one investment, when something happens in that one, then they run mad, right? So you want to see the power of diversity. The power of diversity, we're going to talk about, I think that we're going to talk about like four avenues that I know that have earned people money. I've also invested in them. So I'm telling you from lived experience, really. Yeah. And the first one is a trust fund. So trust funds, in simple terms, this is like putting your money somewhere, like, uh, and then it earns you interest, just like the idea of around the banks and fixed deposits. So you you in a bank, what people are used to, you can go put your money there, and then you say, I don't need this money for a year. Then they calculate your interest per annum, and in the end, when you come back, the 10,000 that you put there, uh, maybe at an interest of maybe 7%, it earned you 700. So you come back withdrawing after that year that you locked your money up, you come back withdrawing 10,700. Trust funds are a bit different, right? They also have a fixed option, but then I don't want to talk about the fixed option right now because that's the same idea around the banks. So it earns you more percentage, it earns you more interest, but then I want to talk about the more of a flexible option, right? So a unit trust fund. So a unit trust fund, these are usually under insurance companies. So you find that an insurance company can offer you these options. So you invest with them, you put money into the company, and then you keep earning interest. So your interest is a compound interest rather than being a simple interest. So for as long as I don't plow out my money, so for as long as I don't get out my money, then the interest is more, it compounds. So the idea around simple versus compounding is very simple. In simple interest, you are earning from your initial principal. So for instance, if I put 10,000 and 7%, then interest, then I will get 10,700. Even when they are calculating the next interest, then they will use the same principle, 10,000 times 7%. So I'll always get 700 interest unless the interest rate changes, but I'll keep getting 700 extra on my money. Compound interest is the opposite, or maybe a slightly different. So compound interest, your next principal is the initial principal plus the earned interest. So for instance, it's 10,000, you earned 700 in the first interest calculation. Then the second interest calculation, it is 10,000 plus 700, which is 10,700 times the 7%, right? So you earn an increase. So you earn maybe something like 700 and maybe and what 149, something like that, right? So you keep earning an extra, like from your interest is added to your principal for the next interest calculation. So your interest keeps increasing. It can't be stable. So it's 700, then the next time maybe 740 something, then the next time it's 800, like that. So it keeps increasing. So that's the whole idea in trust funds. So if you can, maybe since you're working, you can put a certain portion of your money in a trust fund, and then interest rate. So we shall be talking about this in details really in the coming editions. Yes. So I want to talk about another. So the other is shares. So buying shares. So people of course fear buying shares, but then shares are actually good. You can buy either single shares or you invest in an ETF. So an ETF is really a combination of shares. So a single share, for instance, you can buy maybe shares in one company. Maybe in East Africa you can buy shares maybe in an equity bank, right? In equity bank or in MTN, that's a single share. Then you'll be earning a portion of their profits, so dividends because you're a shareholder, right? Then ETFs are a combination of shares. So for instance, you've heard of S&P 500. So it's a combination of very many shares, like very many companies. Uh, like so 500 companies, like for the case of S&P 500. So 500 companies have been put together, and then you buy a portion of each. So whenever you invest in that ETF, whenever you buy that ETF, you have bought a portion of each of those companies. So it's more risk averse because what are the chances that actually all the 500 companies are not doing well, and whichever company goes below the bar is replaced by another one which is outside the S&P. So it comes in and also takes over from the other one that hasn't been working. So it's risk averse and money protecting. Yeah, we shall talk about all these in details in coming editions. So shares, that's also a good place to invest in. Yes. Then the other place to invest in is still crypto, but then I'm going to talk about a different way of earning from crypto, right? So we are used to mining, right? We are used to mining. So this is taking all lookup. So we are used to mining. Mining is tedious. It's a bit tedious. I mean, I have to check in daily and get and click a button to mine, right? That's the usual way, right? So this time round with this crypto, I want to talk about a bit of a different way, right? So I'm talking about this from a side of Binance, right? So I don't. It's not like maybe I'm earning anything special from Binance, but then that's my experience, and that's something that I've loved. I'm telling you something that works, not because it benefits me in any way, right? So in Binance, what I'm doing, I have BNB, right? Because BNB is Binance's coin, right? So I have BNB there, and I bought BNB, and the other one I got it from other cryptos that I converted to BNB. So I have a certain amount of BNB there. So this BNB, what I did, because either way I don't need it, it's not like I need it. So what I did, I just keep staking it. So I locked it up. So it's called, I don't know if you've seen an option called Simple Earn or Earn in Binance. So that's where I do it from. So you can lock it up for a flexible time of, or for the flexible side of it where you can really get your BNB whenever you want, but then it earns you something else. So it can earn you extra crypto or even earn you extra BNB, right? So it can earn you other crypto. For instance, crypto that are getting listed on Binance, they usually first undergo a certain pool where they are given to those who have BNB, depending on the amount of BNB that you have. So you get a certain portion of those crypto. So that's a free way of getting really a crypto on Binance, because I mean, Binance doesn't just list any crypto, it lists crypto that is having a bit of future. So it's a good way to get some quick crypto really from the BNB that you have, right? So that's one way. Then the other way, which is going to be our last for this edition, is real estate. So real estate is of course, people, I mean, many people think, I mean, the whole idea is real estate is capital intensive, right? So you can't start buying land and building houses and then you say that you are playing in passive income. That's not passive income, that is active income, right? You've invested actively, but then there is a sort of real estate, or a part of real estate that can be a bit passive. So for instance, you find a company that is in real estate that's already having real estates or building real estate, or maybe you find it's a group of people that are having the same idea. So what you do, you also can be part of those. You invest money with that company, and then they earn you a certain percentage from, of course they'll give you a certain percentage of the profit, right? So you can say that maybe when you put your investment, maybe from your investment you'll be getting 10%, maybe certain after a certain period of time, right? So that's a good way, because you're not the one who is incurring the whole big risk of putting in a lot of money to build all those houses, but then a certain other company which also has good amount of money has invested in it, and then you also can be part of it, because as you give them money, you're also allowing them to have some free cash to run other endeavors in the real estate. So that's also a good place to invest in. Yes. So uh, I want to break here, and we shall talk about all these in details in the coming editions. But then you think about this, leave comments about what you think about these options, and then which one you think that we need to talk about next, so that we learn together, and we grow together. Thank you, and have a great time.